lot
Wow,
of
people are
families
streaming
inside this restaurant.
And then, Jim, is the worry now that the suspect, who is the suspect? Which one is the suspect?
Yeah.
It looks like a lot of evacuations now, self-evacuating people.
Yeah. Yeah.
But can the suspect then disguise himself, change clothes? That's always a concern.
Yeah.
Certainly this story is going to have an interesting ending.
Quite amazing. Many of them just running out with their hands up. Are they being instructed by the officers at this point to, when they leave, to have their hands up? Again, if they're just coming out at a moment's notice, you don't know who's coming out. I mean, is it the suspect, or is it someone, just a patron trying to evacuate?
But as they come out the door, they're told to put their hands up until they're vetted, and they find out whether or not they were involved.
Okay. Really terrifying moments here for some of the patrons. A full restaurant there outside the Chris and Pitts restaurant in Downey. The high-speed pursuit of an believed to be an armed suspect, goes right into, this is a full restaurant. They're all coming out with their hands up.
Well, there were so many cars out there. You had to think that was a busy restaurant at dinner hour here.
Wow.
Wow, look at all those people.
Wow.
And the good news here is that now officers have a lot of information about how many people are inside and where the suspect is, what he was doing, what he was saying. So they're going to get all this information from these people, and if he winds up staying inside, it'll be just a standoff.
Right, so we're watching as more and more people continue to pour out of this restaurant filled with families. This high-speed pursuit through several areas in the East LA, Downey, and Whittier area, finally coming to an end in Downey, and police executing the end of the pursuit with a pit maneuver. Suspect dumping out, believed to possibly be armed, and runs into this restaurant here as people continue to bail out. We certainly have a standoff situation here. This terrified woman coming out, just shaking her hands as she leaves the restaurant.
All right. Now, Jim, as you are a police officer here on the job, how do you try to weed out the suspect? How do you try to figure out if you try to blend in with the crowd?
Well, you very quickly get everybody off to one side. You can pretty much know who you're looking for. You're looking for the person you saw described going in there. So if they fit that description or they're anywhere near it, you section them off to one area, and you have everybody keep their hands up until you get an opportunity to get their identification, find out who they are. And you can pretty much tell quickly whether a story is going to match up by what they're saying. If there's a suspect in that group, someone's going to point him out and say, hey, this is the guy. All these things are in play right now if he tries to come out as part of the crowd.
What about attempting to enter the restaurant, knowing that there are so many patrons inside, so many workers in the restaurant that was filled, and perhaps not even having communication with the suspect and not knowing at what point do they have to do some surveillance or something to try and figure out what the suspect might be up to, what they might be doing. I imagine also the people that are leaving the restaurant, that's positive sign also, that they could talk to these patrons and figure out where the suspect might be, or if he's incapacitated, whatever the situation might be inside.
Exactly, and that's all intelligence information that they're going to be gathering before they make their next move. But again, this just goes to show you how erratic this person was. He has no idea what he's going to do. He had no idea what restaurant he was going to go to or whether he was going to go to a restaurant at all. And now that he's inside, he's let all these people out. He's got at least a little bit of time to stop and think. And the more time that you can give that suspect time to think, more possibility of a successful outcome there's going to be.
But we also don't know, Jim, if he is holding somebody inside, holding somebody hostage.
He could be, and you can never take that as a... You have to always assume that, because he let a lot of people out, and they're going to get information, but you're not sure whether or not he has somebody, one or two people that he's kept behind.
All right, the Chris and Pitts restaurant. This is in Downey, near the 5 freeway, near Florence. Again, the suspect believed to be holed inside, possibly armed. He was involved in the carjacking of a vehicle, possibly 2 vehicles, and then led police on a very long, dangerous, high-speed chase through many different neighborhoods before a pit maneuver was executed and the suspect dumped out, ran across the parking lot, and now is in this restaurant where many of the patrons who you're looking at right there, many of the workers, lots of families there, lots of kids, scrambled to get out and out to safety. So no doubt police are talking to them now as they try to figure out what they have here. The suspect inside, again, possibly